No. Uh, it was 13-13 at the end of regulation, but they failed to award the P red touch to Kong. They only awarded it to Ritzy. And they awarded it to Ritzy very late. So it should have been 14-13 at the end of regulation and Kong's victory. So Freilich has an Italian coach, Angelo Mazzoni. Vismara has an Italian coach and is also Italian himself. So we should expect these two to be fencing kind of similarly. Both a little bit shorter than the average epéist. We are really having issues because they almost didn't award another one. Hopefully this ref is a little bit more on the ball. Yeah, we at the beginning of the third, we watched the second break and they gave it to Ritzy. She went from 6-2 to 6-3, and then after regulation, we went back and checked the P red, and we saw that they didn't award it to either one of them, and then they never gave it to Kong afterwards. Good touch there from Vismara, that same six that Freilich likes. Now being shown what it's like to be on the receiving end of it. There's that four that everybody loves so much now. Freilich really jams his blade back in there, and it's a hard hit. Yeah, modern epee gets super close. Looks like old school foil. Double there. Freilich is holding his ground here a little bit. Vismara is trying to make things happen here. Freilich just keeping distance and absorbing the pressure. Obviously, I'm very biased. The Italian team as a whole is harboring a rapist from the States right now. That's not great. So I already don't like them. And then on top of that, Freilich is one of my clubmates and my teammate on the national squad. But from a more unbiased perspective, I really think Freilich has a better footwork today. And so I think that's going to tell over the course of the match, where there's going to be a couple of touches that he gets that Vismara can't match because of the footwork, and a couple of opportunities that Vismara is going to let slip away because of his lack of footwork. It's a little bit jerky. We saw that in the Imrak match where there's just a lot of jumps. And we get 10 seconds left, end of the first. Still feeling each other out. We got a very, yep, you're Italian style, yep, I'm Italian style kind of a first period. Look, I can do this cool flick in 6. Oh, look, I can do this cool flick in 6 too. Um, yeah, it seems to be a very recurring theme where the first period is we're filling each other out, and then the second period you develop your strategies and counter strategies, and the third period you make a couple of minor adjustments and just hit it as hard as you can until the end of the third, when whoever's down has to push. To continue my thought from before, I would really like to see Yuval set some good footwork traps for Vismara. I think they're matched on blade work, which is usually Yuval's strength, especially today. But I think he's got the footwork here to really push in. It's easy to say, hard to do. Here we go. Yeah, Vismara very much wants to engage on his terms and his terms only. If Yuval pushes without Vismara being ready for it, he just jumps back and resets everything. Just bails out.
27 degrees in Doha today.
That sounds hot. Now Yuval's starting to claim the distance more. And see, that's an example of the difference between Freilich and Vismara, where Freilich will come back in on guard and immediately reapply pressure when Vismara counters, and like that. And Vismara has to reset completely. A really good touch from Yuval, set up over several actions by his footwork. Phrases. That's the classical word. And then he's just really always ready in a way that Vismara just isn't today. Not that Vismara is a slouch, he's fencing really, really well. Yuval is also fencing really, really well, and it's the little things like that that are going to make a difference at the highest level. Another one. It says B2 at the bottom, and I wonder what the B stands for. Double there. Freilich just has to keep focus all the way through the bout. If he takes his foot off the gas like he did against Ramirez, that's something that Vismara will just eat up. He'll eat him alive with it. Another really good 6 flick from Freilich. Well timed because he delayed it a little bit till the remise from Vismara came. Wow, they're so close. Their tips are almost on each other's bell. Vismara goes 6-8. The classic. Takes Freilich low. But still 2 more touches and a lot of fencing. There's one where Freilich thought he was going to go back further, and Vismara held himself close, and so Freilich missed the counter, ended up making a parry too big. See what Freilich can do is he's too passive and he's got to push back. All of his touches came from going forward on it. Gotta tie a shoe. Fair enough. A tactical shoe tie. Not really. 7-6. It's not a tactical shoe tie. Here we go, Vismara. Freilich pushing a little bit. Now going back into his defensive stance. Gets a good one there. Makes the counter adjustment to Vismara, where Vismara isn't coming in as deep, so Freilich doesn't go as far back on the parry, and this time he's ready for the counter. Freilich keeping his good on guard. It's that little hop that Vismara does when he parries. That just makes you think that something very punishable by Freilich at this level. Freilich gets hit though. It's a really good attack from Vismara. His blade work is phenomenal, and his distance and timing is great. And his footwork going forward is good. Kora caused by Vismara. Do not award that touch. I guess you could award that touch. 5 seconds, and they're just fencing it out. Yeah, we've seen a definite development of strategies on both sides, where Freilich is, when he pushes enough, he can get his touches, and when he lets Vismara set up more, he's more vulnerable, and to counter that, Vismara needs to keep more aggressive and keep the pressure on.
decided to launch himself, and he launched himself right onto the end of Vismara's weapon. And that's how Federico Vismara came through to the final.
Maybe they're switching scorekeepers. That would be fun. This one's a little bit closer at this point than the last one was. Really not the time you want to be messing around with forgetting to add points and stuff. Oh my gosh! On the hand. We're going to watch that one again because that was so good. It's there. It's there. It's 2 touches. He got the touch on the hand and then so clean into the 6 going forwards. That was phenomenal. And then, wow, we got to come back watch this one too. Good from Yuval not to go into the pressure. And that's 10 seconds into 2 points. That was so good. And there's a third. He's pushing back. See, it's when he's active and he's pushing, he's so much better. I really hope he doesn't watch this and calls me out on being an idiot. Anyway, good touch again. He's not letting Vismara set up. He's not going back into... Vismara wants him to go back, and then Vismara has time to develop his actions, and Freilich is not giving it to him. And that's 4 fast touches. 5. Vismara in shambles. 6. And suddenly this has turned into Saber.
The gold medal.
There's one back. And it's the same thing. It's Yuval's going backwards, and Vismara is hitting him. If Yuval holds his ground or goes forwards, he gets the touch. And there it is, 15.